Hey guys, welcome back to another video on our channel, and today we are going to be talking all about the assumptions that you guys have about us, and y'all kind of went at it. So if you guys want to go ahead and take part in videos like this, make sure you go ahead and follow us on our Instagram account. It is Kelley Lorraine _. I will go ahead and put like a little pop-up here so you guys can see how it's spelled out. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of these videos. I want to take some time and get his reaction to these comments that you guys made, because he's only heard like 2 of them. He has no clue what you guys said, and y'all did not hold back.
No, not at all.
So we're just gonna get into this video. You married quickly after dating. That is the first assumption. I don't feel like we did. I mean, we got married a year after we started dating.
And that's with
having 3 kids.
Having the 3 kids, you taking care of them, you know, you taking on that role and all the responsibility that came with it, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that wasn't really, I mean, I guess 1 year is kind of quick, because a lot of people usually are engaged for a year, and we kind of didn't do the whole engagement thing. We just did the marriage thing.
Right.
Yeah, we already lived together. We were basically married without like any paperwork, I feel like. So yeah, we got married after a year, so I don't think it was quick, but I don't think that it was slow either.
Right.
So that was the first one. Let's see here. You don't have heated arguments.
Sorry.
Okay, we definitely get heated, but that's just because me and him are very like opinionated people as a whole.
Oh yeah.
And when we tell the other one that they're wrong, we don't take it very well. We have our heated arguments, but most of our arguments really are about really dumb things.
They really don't, like, sometimes like it gets to the point where the argument is not gonna go anywhere. We stop and we usually revisit it within like, I don't know, a few hours later or even next day sometimes.
Yeah.
And we don't have to argue about it.
We've only been in like 2 really big fights, and both times was when I was pregnant, but we didn't know I was pregnant yet.
And we found out that same night of the argument, that's when we found out she was pregnant, both times.
Yeah. It was kind of like the giveaway where, like, the first time we had like no idea what was going on. The second time I took a pregnancy test and kind of just dropped it off on him afterwards, because I didn't know how else to tell him, because we were arguing about stuff, and I was like, well, maybe he'll just be nice to me and be like, oh, she's pregnant. That makes sense. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I got this a few times actually, and it's that you don't get along with your stepkids much, and that's completely false. I get along with them so well. I feel like, honestly, like, they're my stepkids, yeah, but like, they're my kids too. Like, I don't treat them any differently than I treat Thea, aside from the fact that I'm talking to an almost 2-year-old versus teenagers.
Yeah, and it's not that your stepkids that you only see once in a while.
Yeah, no, I have them all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
More than I do, because I'm into the
Yeah, we get along really well. I mean, we have like the typical like parent-child disputes with each other, but for the most part, I would say that 99.8% of the time, we are all on good terms with each other all the time.
And I gotta tell you, you are serving in a parent role still. Like, it's not like you are their best friend and you like get along, you know, you say yes to everything to make sure that they're nice to you. No, that's just not the way it is.
One of the other ones that I saw on here, you are the mom figure for your stepkids. So I don't think so. I don't personally feel like I am. They still have their mom who's very active in their life, and she definitely still has that role. I've never tried to step into that role or take it from her. I would say that I am, in their eyes, a mom figure, but I don't have that role in their life because they still have their mother.
Yep, and their mom and I, we parent them daily. Like, not because she's in the East Coast mean that she doesn't parent them. Technology is really good on these days. We're able to parent very well, even with the distance.
I definitely take on certain like traits of being a mother to them, especially with like the girls with certain things that they have questions about, that are a little bit more like female related, that help with me being present. They still go to their mom and ask her for all the advice that they need, and she gives it to them. And then if there's ever like a conflicting viewpoint or something like that, the 3 of us will get together and we'll discuss it and make like whatever choice we think is the best for the kids as a whole. So
yeah, it works.
Yeah,
it works. There's never an issue, there's never a fight, there's never a gripe. You know, it's just easy, you know, we put them first and it makes it easy. What else we got?
You were scared at first to be a stepmom at a young age to Luisa's kids. Yes. 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 100%. I was terrified. I was like, Luis, they're gonna hate me, because I had like the assumption of like the whole like negative stigma that comes with like the step parenting thing, which is one of the reasons that we decided that we wanted to go ahead and take our videos on TikTok and things like that and talk about the other side of like being a step parent and having the good relationship and stuff like that, because I was terrified that these kids were gonna come in and be like, what the hell is she doing here? And I was like, ugh. But they never did. They never did. They were super sweet from the start.
And you were actually a big part of bringing them in, bringing them with us.
Yeah, I did help with that.
Yeah, so she was involved from day one when they moved with us. She took a big part on accommodating them and taking care of them. You know, never did that like, you know, lightly. Like she went head on the job of being a stepmom to them and took it seriously. And here we are. A few years later, everything's working out just fine.
But yeah, so I was scared initially, because I mean that's a huge role to step into, to be a step parent to kids, let alone teenagers.
Are your age back then too?
Yeah, and I didn't want to mess it up, and he hadn't had his kids living with him for a few years, and I didn't want to like create like a negativity in the house for him, and we were just starting our relationship, so I was freaked out. Like when I tell you I was freaked out, I agreed to drive the vehicle so that I didn't have to go into the airport to pick the kids up.
And she never drives.
I hate driving. I was like, nope, you can drive, or I'll drive, don't worry about it, we're good. And then something happened and he was like, I need you to go inside and sit with them. And I was like, no. You don't need me to do that.
But you remember how they received you, how loving they were?
They came up and gave me a hug, and I was like, oh, okay. Hugs. This is how we're doing this.
Yeah, they have big hearts.
Yeah.
Good kids.
Okay, a little bit juicier here. So, somebody said that he was your teacher and you fell in love with him.
What a story.
That's some Pretty Little Liar things right there. Like,
yeah.
So no, he was not my teacher. He was never my teacher. I didn't even meet him until I was 22. And he's from Puerto Rico, and he was traveling around in the military, and I grew up in Florida. So that was not a thing.
Sorry.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but no, I don't think I would be able to have taken him seriously in high school either. If he was my teacher, like I probably would have just been like, who is this guy? And like, he probably would have been a Spanish teacher would be my assumption, and I never went to Spanish class. So I went and got lunch instead. So he was not ever my teacher. That was never a thing. I met him when I was 22, and that's kind of, yeah, that's about where that goes.
Yep, that's it. Next.
Okay, so on the same track of this whole thing of falling in love, people think that I only married you for your money.
Oh, is that right?
I'm gonna clue you guys in on something. He doesn't have any money.
I do not. I broke.
Yeah, so the money and the things that we have is something that we've built together. I wish I had a picture of the first apartment that me and him lived in together, and you guys would have known 100% without a doubt that there was not money involved in that. It was definitely not a nice place. I think we ended up cutting the lease early, and we ended up going and moving to a nicer apartment.
Yeah, we kept upgrading slowly.
A little bit before the year was up, and that was a really nice apartment that we had. That I was really proud of it, and we just got a house when we moved here to Washington in 2018. When did I have Thea?
Wait,
2019.
Thea was we're in 2021.
2019.
Yes.
Yeah, we moved here. Okay, so we got our house when we moved here in 2019, because that's when we had Thea.
Yes.
So this is when we got this house, and this is the first house that we've lived in together.
Yeah.
It's super, super nice, and I love it, but one of the things that I love the most about this house is the fact that me and him have just continued to slowly upgrade as we've grown as a couple. And me and him have both grown in both of our jobs, which has aided us to have an increase in income, which has helped us grow to what we are able to attain now. But that was something that we did together. It was nothing that either of us walked into, so there was no money involved in the decision to marry each other.
No.
That was just us being, I can't say young and dumb because you weren't really young.
But here's the thing.
Maybe us being dumb though.
But the biggest flex is this. When you walk into my house, everything you see, we own.
Yeah.
You know, and it took time. It takes time. Everything you see, we couldn't just get it right away. But we saved and slowly, you know, furniture is very expensive. You know, any of you guys watching that bought furniture in the past, it's really expensive.
It adds up.
No, it took time for us to save and to get those things. It didn't just appear.
No.
No.
It did not.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of money, since you guys think that that's why I married him, another assumption you guys had was that we only buy expensive brand names. That is not true.
No.
I buy whatever I think is a good deal, whatever I like, and he does the same thing. I mean, we shop a ton at regular stores.
Like Old Navy, Target,
yeah.
H&M, and stuff like that.
We're not like the Neiman Marcus people that are like, oh, let's go spend like a whole bunch of money because we're practical. We have a bunch of kids. But that actually leads me into today's sponsor for our video, Ana Luisa. So I want to start off by saying thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. They have affordable jewelry, which is something that I absolutely love. They have pieces starting at $39, which is amazing. Affordable jewelry is great, and especially with these pieces, they're so simple and dainty. As you can see here, I have the little necklace that I got from them on right now, and then I also have this adorable little bracelet here. Another thing that I absolutely love about Ana Luisa is that they have exceptional quality with their product, and they even back their products with a 365-day warranty, which is absolutely insane. It really speaks to the brand's confidence in the products that they are creating, and I absolutely love a brand that is this confident and is capable of backing their products to the extent that Ana Luisa is. It really speaks volumes about them. They have so many different options, which makes them a great gift for you or even for somebody that you love. Ana Luisa also offers delivery all over the world, which is perfect because I know some of my followers on here are not just from the United States, which means there's something here for you too. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to their Instagram account so that you can stay up to date with all of their new releases that they have coming out. They also have a newsletter. Again, thank you Ana Luisa so much for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. There was an assumption made that I had second thoughts. I actually didn't have second thoughts with this relationship. Luis gave me plenty of opportunities to run away and leave. I never took them. I never even really thought about it because it wasn't, I don't think that just because he had kids should have been like a red flag or something for me to be like, no thanks.
Let me clarify something. The reason I gave her outs is not because I didn't love her and I didn't want to be with her. It's because she was very young and I was about to put her through a lot. And
he did put me through a lot.
You know, her life was about to change. Hey, luckily it changed for the better.
Yeah, it 100% did. So no, I didn't have second thoughts, and if I would have, I hope that I would have made the decision that I made now, because I don't think that there's a possibility anywhere in the world that I would have been able to be happier than I am now.
Nice.
Hey, you see that?
I know.
Oh.
Well, remember you said that.
You better. Do I get brownie points tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. And then let's see here. Y'all are the same on the camera as you are off the camera. And that is true. One of the things that Luis and I talked about when we decided that we were gonna start doing YouTube is that we wanted to stay the same. We didn't want to create this ideal image of who we are. We wanted to be honest and open and real with you guys, because one of the coolest things about social media is the ability to relate to other people and know that you're not the only person going through things. So we try our best to just be 100% ourselves in all of our videos so that you guys are getting to know the real us. That way, if something happens and you end up meeting us in public or anything, you're not like, oh, who are these people?
Right.
Because, I mean, come on, that's not fun.
No, and it's something that we couldn't keep up. If we try to be fake, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna work out.
No, we're too honest of people as individuals that you would be able to see right through the fakeness on screen. I really think that it's something that people need more of. They need people that they can look at on screen, that they watch on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and they know that they're dealing with a real person on the other side who isn't trying to sugarcoat and show the highlight reel of their life, because nobody's life is perfect. I want my videos and my social media platforms to be a positive place for everybody, but I also want people to understand that they can come to us and talk to us because we're real people too, and we've gone through things.
Right. It's not like we're gonna record our arguments and put them here. I mean, we're not gonna do that.
I mean, you might catch one in a vlog.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, we're not gonna do that. But we also not going to fabricate and give you some false expectations of relationships or anything like that.
Relationships are hard, and they're even harder when people sit here and try to make them seem like they're the perfect thing, because they're not. Yeah. They're not. They're work. Relationships, marriage, 100% work. Every single day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to show up for your marriage every single day.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, check me out.
Yes.
Coming up with all sorts of things tonight. We have too many animals. Okay, let's see here. Your families are weirded out by the age gap. Ooh, they're not.
Not at all.
No, they can't be. My biological parents, they're almost 20 years apart too.
Yeah.
I think, don't quote me on this because I might be wrong, but I think they're 17 years apart. So to them, it's really not that weird. And then my parents don't think anything of it either. They really like Luis. They like the way he treats me, which I do too.
Yeah, and they're old enough to be my parents.
They are, yeah. So like, for example, my dad's 70. My biological father is 67, I think. So, you know, his age isn't that weird to me. And like, it makes me laugh when people are like, oh, you're dating your dad. That's just like dating your dad. I could never do it. And I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, he would need like another 20 years for me to even be remotely close to thinking something like that. Like, it's not there.
And I don't behave. I don't think I behave old either. No,
you don't. He's very childlike, guys. Like,
it's fun.
I mean, I know you guys see the videos on TikTok and stuff like that, but like, he's 110% a child 90% of the time. And I'm pretty sure that like anybody who's worked under him, like soldiers wise, could probably vouch for you and say the same thing.
Or with me.
Yeah, they could say the same thing. Okay guys, so that was the assumptions that you guys posted about us on Instagram. Like I said, y'all were a little crazy with some of these things, but it was really fun addressing these, and I had a good laugh about some of them. What about you?
It was interesting. I didn't know most of them. It caught me by surprise. But hey, listen, we put ourselves out there. We're open to assumptions, and here we are.
Addressing them.
Yeah. Yep.
So make sure you guys go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed the content that we just posted up here for you. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss anything else that we have coming up for you all. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.